You do something that I find absolutely just amazing that I've seen no other streamer do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that or not.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, you say hi to each and every person that comes into your chat.
I try to catch everybody. Sometimes I miss people when I'm like really focused, but I try to catch every single person.
Yeah.
You do.
I mean, I was just so blown away by that. And I don't know, it just meant the world to me. It just showed me like what kind of person you really are.
Yeah.
Aww. You guys are going to put me in my feelings before we even get started, then.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to episode 52 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple of dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe and interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. I'm your host, The Gator, and my co-host Hazel is here as well. Hey, man, how's your week been?
Pretty good, actually. Now that I'm looking back on it and everything, despite getting locked out of the house right before the show. Yeah. So that's been the highlight. So it's been pretty cool, actually. So it's been a pretty good week.
No busted furnace or water leaks or anything this week?
Yeah, no, knock on wood. No problems with water this week. So maybe next week. So,
nice.
What about you, man?
It has been a productive week. I got to say I'm dead tired because we're doing a kitchen renovation. We've done all the destruction, torn the floors out, and the first day I couldn't even move my fingers the next morning to even tie my shoes. It was that bad. So I've been taking a lot of a leave. They're not our sponsor. Anyway, it's been a good week. It's just starting to stack up. I think tonight it hit me hard and I had to take a little Advil. I have to mention we have a very special guest on tonight. She's a mom. She's a gamer and a fantastic raid Sherpa. And you know what? Just an overall positive person in our community. You can find her most days streaming on Twitch and has built a very cool and welcoming community. Our friend, RedQueen. How you been, RedQueen?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Very good.
Doing good.
I've been doing good.
Well, good deal. Well, just a quick overview of tonight's show. First, we want to find out more about RedQueen's story. Then she's going to try her luck at our new and improved Fast Fire segment we call the Speed Run. We're all going to chime in on what we're doing now in week 5 of Season of Arrivals. Hazel's going to go over this week's TWAB. And finally, we'll answer Twitter and Discord questions from our community and add 2 songs each from everyone here for our Guardian Downcast playlist on Spotify and now iTunes. Ready, RedQueen?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do this. All right, RedQueen, thank you again for coming on tonight. I know you're very, very busy. So let me start with this. Where did you grow up? And what was your childhood like when you grew up?
So I grew up in a small town in Florida. It was next to a place called Gainesville. So it's like northern Florida.
I might know a little bit about that town.
I grew up in a small town called Branford. Okay. I grew up on like the river in the springs. I had a really good childhood. My family we were really poor when we were growing up. Mm-hmm. So, but it was I had a really good family there. They would give you anything, anything that they had. And I come from like very country background, like sure. Raised up with the gators and the snakes.
Yeah. Well, I was born in Gainesville. My dad was going to school there, so I know that area.
Nice.
Yeah, I know that area very well.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know Branford exactly, but I think I know the area you're talking about, though. Yeah,
I miss it sometimes, but I don't miss the humidity at all.
Tell me about it. I think that's why I'm so tired today. It's just so humid. It's like a sauna.
It's so hot. Yeah, that's a no thanks for me.
Well, let me ask you this. Where do you call home now? Are you still in Florida?
So actually I'm in Colorado. So actually I got married and
nice.
My husband is military. So we're actually in Colorado right now, which I love Colorado.
Yes.
And I'm pretty excited to live here.
Yeah, we vacationed, well, not this summer, but last summer there, and oh my gosh, it was 69 degrees out. It's so nice.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty here.
Everything is new and shiny too.
Yeah, and the weather is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I was there last year. for a wedding. So yeah, it was beautiful there. We were in Boulder, that area. So yeah,
such a nice place.
Well, a quick sidetrack question that's not on here, but have you met Glad at all? Because I know that he's in Colorado too, I believe. I know it's a big state now, but, I mean,
so yeah, I've actually met Glad. I met Glad last year at Guardian Con, and I actually got to know him pretty well last year. I've been friends with him and Chevy. And a couple other people for I guess ever since Guardian Con last year. Me and Chevy's been friends a little bit longer. But super nice. He's an absolute amazing person. He has one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen. And he definitely, like the Glad that you see on stream, the silly and the funny and the outgoing, that is exactly who he is in person.
Wow. Yeah, that explains why you dressed as him today.
Yeah.
That itchy beard.
Oh man, that beard was terrible. Which, I mean, I love him to death, and he messaged me and he's like, "You better send me pictures." So, but he's been super good to me, and I just thought it would be funny, because he's always messing with me when I go into his chat, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna put him up as a goal. So I put it up as a goal in my chat, and they're like, "Oh, this is totally happening." So that's how I came about to cosplay Glad today.
That's so cool. I definitely urge everybody to go to your Twitter and look at that picture, and then also your stream too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The scripted questions that we have for you would be, what was your job or profession before deciding to become a full-time streamer?
So I actually worked at the post office for like 13 years. And I also worked for the UPS store for like almost 3 years. The reason why I stopped working for the post office is because I had an accident and I had to recover from the accident. So I couldn't go back to work because I just couldn't lift then at that time, and it took me quite a bit to get back to where I was. And I was like, the money was good, but I was like, do I really want to go back to working 7 days a week? And so I said no. I went to work at the UPS store, and I think I was working like 30 or 40 hours there, and it really wasn't that bad. So that's what I did before streaming started.
Well, okay. This is what we usually ask a lot of our guests. What was your earliest moment in gaming? Where did it all start where you said, oh yeah, I want to do this?
So I've always played games ever since I was little, but because we were so poor, we never really was able to have any consoles for ourselves.
Sure.
So my next door neighbor, which is my cousin, and we recently just lost her about a month ago to breast cancer.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, no, I'm sorry. She had okay. So the final one was the cancer had gotten everywhere. But it had started out as breast cancer, and then it just kept coming back. And then finally the cancer just spread. But I used to go over to her house every night and play Super Mario Brothers until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning with her. Yeah. And I used to love it. Like, I just fell in love with gaming. But when I really got serious about it was when I got hurt. My daughter introduced me to COD. I was playing Black Ops 2.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where I met my best friend, Miss Sexy Sparkles. And we started out playing COD. Then we moved to Ghost, and then we heard about Destiny. And funny thing, whenever I first heard about Destiny, I was like, I'm not playing the game where I have to shoot aliens. You guys are out of your mind. I was like, I'm not playing this game. I played it the first day and was hooked. And here I am.
Yeah, I came from the Call of Duty environment, and I played all the CODs ever since COD 4. I had my gaming friends I gamed with every week, every day almost, and got so toxic. It just got so toxic. And I was looking for something like Destiny, and when I saw that E3 trailer in 2014, oh my God, it was exactly what I was looking for. So, yeah, I can agree. I could see how you got hooked instantly. It's very engaging.
It's such a pretty game. There's no other game like it out there.
Yeah, for sure. And just so you know, Gator, COD hasn't changed.
Oh, I'm sure. You know what's funny is I still buy COD thinking that I'll play it again.
Me too.
And I'll go, nah, not tonight.
Yes, I totally do too.
Yeah, Red Queen, we have a drinking game. Whenever Gator says he's going to buy a game or play a game or something like that,
Okay.
we all take a drink because we know he's lying.
Whatever.
So, all right. How did you find Destiny?
So, I actually was playing with Newberry and Miss Sexy Sparkles. And they were like, hey, there's a new game coming out. They were like, you really should try it. And I was like, I don't know about this game. I was like, I don't know, guys. And it was all of my friends. It wasn't just them. There was a lot of our COD COD friends that were going to get it as well. Mm-hmm. So I went and watched a trailer and it looked okay, but after being a COD player for so long, you kind of look at those games and you're like, yeah, nah, that's a no for me, Mm. And finally, they just kept at it. They were like, you need to get it. You need to get it. We all need to play together. So I bought it. And like I said, I was hooked. I was so hooked on that game. And I have been ever since. I love this game.
Well, tagging on to that question, let me ask you this. I know there's probably a ton of these, but I have to ask you for one.
Uh-huh.
Out of Destiny 1 or Destiny 2, is there an all-time favorite moment that you remember?
Destiny 1.
I know there's a lot.
Yeah. So Destiny 1, it was my first vlog raid. I had someone take me through. It was a husband and wife. And his wife, she's no longer here. She actually passed away giving birth to her child.
Oh my God.
About 7 months ago.
Oh no.
And his name was Red, and he used to Sherpa me through all the raids in D1. And it was me and her bonded so well. It was just such a good night. It was one of those nights where everybody just got along, laughed, and it was just one of those nights that was a great memory.
Right.
And it was my first clear.
Oh wow, even better. Now you probably afterwards felt like we got to do this every week.
Oh yes, I was hooked. But believe it or not, I was more of a huge Trials player in D1 than I was a Raider. Yeah, I was a huge Trials player in D1.
Oh my gosh, Trials is such a slippery slope. Yes,
it's such a different Trials now.
It is. Gosh, is it ever? Okay, you're a full-time streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is, you do a lot of raid Sherpas.
Mm-hmm.
And I just am curious what your frame of mind is when you're helping people who have never raided or maybe have not done many raids. I would consider them noobs, I guess. What is your frame of mind? Isn't it like herding cats? I mean, how do you wrap your head around? I mean, okay, I'll give you for instance. Me and Hazel and I were both playing. We were trying to get a friend of ours who never raided into a Leviathan last night, and I was getting all excitable and getting a little emotional, and Hazel would just go, okay, thank you, Gator. This is what we're going to do next. I was getting a little frustrated, trying to, how do you handle that stuff?
So honestly, the first time that I ever Sherpa'd was a disaster. I swore after that day that I was never going to do it again. Okay. And I think it's because I had such good teachers. I had some really good teachers. I had Mr. James work, I had Bungie, I had Clyde. I watched a bunch of them Sherpa, and then they were like, all right, Queen, you want to know how to Sherpa? We're going to teach you. But most of all, one of the things that they taught me was that whenever you're Sherping people, have a strategy and a plan, have different ways of teaching. Mm-hmm. And when one way of teaching is not working, switch up to another, because some people are hands-on and then some people can actually hear what you have to say and then they can do it, right? I'm a hands-on person. Gotcha. I learn by doing it myself. Mm-hmm. So honestly, when I go into it with a new person, I make sure that I at least have 3 or 4 Sherpas. And the reason being is because you want to make their experience a great experience. You don't want to make them stay in there for hours and hours and have them say, I never want to do that again. You know what I'm saying? So I basically try to make it as comfortable as possible for them. And the more comfortable they are and the more Sherpas that I'm used to playing with that I have, the more comfortable I am and everything just goes smoother.
That is a very good way of looking at it. I never would have thought of it that way. Hazel, is that what you think when you're doing it too? Is that kind of the way you think about things?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, because Oh, and I appreciated you because you were chiming in a little bit too for a couple of things, and I was just like, "Oh, I like the way you said that. I'm going to borrow that and use that next time." Minus the like frustration and hair pulling and things like that.
He's taking a jab at me there, Queen.
No, you had a couple of moments that were really nice.
Thank you for the 2 cents, sir.
It's on the YouTube.
I know it is on the YouTube. That's right.
Yep, it's on the YouTube.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Queen, enough about us. Back to you.
Okay.
So, guess I'm the designated person to ask this.
I know. I was going to say, please, let's let Hazel ask this question. It's kind of touchy.
Okay.
Yeah, so with everything that's been going on in the Destiny community for the past couple weeks and things like that, I guess that to a degree that myself and a couple others, a majority of, I would guess, the upstanding people, I would consider myself that way, I hope. But we don't really see that side of Destiny where people are like, oh God, it's a girl.
Right.
Or a woman, or, you know, somebody like that that's just like undesirable. Because, I mean, we're all welcoming of everyone. I mean, like my first Wrath clear was I had a woman and she was a Sherpa, and she's like, hey, she's like, we need an extra one. Can you hop in? And I was just like, yeah, sure, of course. And it was my first clear and everything. It was just, and I mean, everybody was just nice and we all got along. It was great. But come to find out, I guess not all the community is like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any experiences like that or that?
What do you mean? Like, do I have experience?
I mean, about basically about like the bad side.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've had plenty. Yeah. Like I, on a daily basis, have people who come into my channel. They say they spew bad names. You know, call me terrible. I've been kicked from LFG groups before because I won't sit there and listen to their crap. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually speak what I mean. And I think that after a while you get a very thick skin to it. But I experienced it a lot. And if you came and spent some time in my chat, you would be like, oh my God, this is terrible. How does she do this? But it's just like, I think that the internet in itself is a whole nother world, right? And you have your really good people and you have your really terrible people. And in my community, it's full of a lot of positivity and just kindness and stuff like that. So you always have that one person that's like, I'm going to mess her day up. Let me go in here and try to get a rise out of her. But when I first started out, it used to bother me. It used to get under my skin. I used to pop back and fire back at it. Now I just ban them and, you know, move on from it. But there is so much, there is a lot that people do to women online and in the game, but it's not only about women either. It also has to do, there's a lot of racism that goes on in the game. There's a lot of people who, you know, say homophobic slurs and stuff to other people. So I don't feel like it's just me because I'm a girl. I also feel like it happens to everyone. And sometimes the internet can just be terrible. And then sometimes it can be the greatest thing ever, you know? So, I've encountered it, but you know what? I refuse to let them bring me down.
Yeah. Well, our past guest, Kitty Fails 92, she said that she went as far as to one time, like basically get like a voice changer so it made her sound more male. That broke my fucking heart. Because I'm like, you shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah. I would speak as less as possible. Like if I didn't have to speak, I wouldn't speak. But definitely when you talk, like I would say I run in more times than not of people being like, oh my God, is that a girl? Oh my God, you know, and it really can be frustrating sometimes, but I think because I've dealt with it for so long now that I got such thick skin to it that it doesn't bother me anymore. I just fire back at them. I'm like, oh yeah, this girl, like, you know. Yeah. So now I just like fire back at them. So I found my voice along the way. I have found my voice.
That's good. What can other gamers do What do you recommend, or what can we do to help squash that?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, if you want to know the truth, I think that a lot of people stay silent and they don't say anything. I'll notice that I'll be in a lobby with other people, especially playing COD. Let me explain to you about Warzone. That's the most toxic place in the world. And people say, they just spew such hateful things. I think if enough people started standing up and started telling people, hey, that's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Stop saying that. Or if, maybe if the games would really start taking into account the when they're getting reported and stuff. But most of all, people just stand up. It takes one sentence. Hey, don't talk to her like that. Stop talking to her like that. Or, hey, don't say that to him. That's uncool, dude. Don't say that, Now, when I go into play COD, I don't even go into voice chat. I just stay in party chat. Yeah. Mute everybody. Yep. Mute everyone. Unfortunately, even if you do stand up, it's not going to change because there's a lot of people who there's just so much. There's so many people out in the world that are so toxic that they're not going to change their ways. Even if you did stand up.
Look at our country right now. It's a pure example.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just such a bad moment for the whole world. You know what I'm saying? And people just don't care. They give no shits about anything right now. Sure. And that's why I'm saying, even if you did stand up, I highly doubt it would help because you'd probably just get told off too. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe if people did start standing up to them, maybe they would back off. But it's just one of those things where you can try this and see if it's going to work, but it's not guaranteed.
It's funny is Kitty Fails said that very thing last week.
Yeah.
She goes, we're all gamers. Get over it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And not only that, now things that people can do is the Discords and stuff. They're in their Discords with some of the stuff that goes on in their Discords. They can actually eliminate some of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
They can actually say, listen, don't say that, don't do that, or we're gonna get rid of you.
Right.
So
right. Makes sense.
I've banned so many people out of my Discord for saying some really hateful things because they're just not gonna stay.
Yeah, and it's hard to come up with a code of conduct and rules for a Discord. That's something we're trying to work on right now, in fact, because we want everyone to have fun and chill and hang out, but at the same time, we don't want people stepping on other people's beliefs.
Right. Well, my biggest thing that I say in my channel, in my Discord, and they know it, and I say it to my community all the time. When you come in my Discord and my channel, you don't talk about politics, money, or religion. Leave it at the door because everyone has a different opinion, and that is such a quick way to spiraling down and fighting with each other that, we get along, we game together, we have fun together. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. We all come from different places. We all have different experiences. Yeah,
exactly.
Makes perfect sense. Well, let me not to hang on that subject too long. I didn't want to bring it down too much.
That's fine.
Let's go back to when you were at your end of working for UPS. You were injured, and you were trying to recuperate and got into gaming. At what moment did you decide to become a career streamer?
Oh, wow. Well, so I actually didn't decide to become a career streamer until after I made partner. And the reason that I did that is because my ex at the time, we were fine as far as financially. And he was like, listen, he goes, we don't depend on anything from you. Cause my goodness, if we depended on me, whew, streamers, I think people get it in their mind that, hey, I can go full time and this is going to be amazing. I'm going to make a lot of money. No, that's never going to happen. Just forget it. Unless you're Ninja or someone like that, it's not happening. You're not going to live off streamer wages.
It's like sports stars. I mean, the very few that make it to the very top make the very good money. But
exactly. And so I was fortunate enough to have someone that was supporting me and was like, hey, go do what you want to do and live your dream. So I did it, and that's when I was like, all right, I'm just going to jump out there and see where it takes me.
I've been following you for quite a bit now, quite a while, and I've noticed your community has been growing larger and larger and larger. Yeah. And I bet you have just put so much work into doing and building this community up.
So I don't think people realize what really goes into when you kind of, in a way, you kind of give yourself away to your stream. And let me explain why I'm saying that.
Okay.
I spend, I would say 85% of my time making friends, meeting others, reaching other platforms, reaching other social medias. I put a lot of time into my stream. And I think sometimes that sometimes I put too much time into it.
No.
But I love it. It's my baby, and I love my community. They're absolutely amazing, so they're worth it, you know. But here lately, I don't know. I don't even know where it came from. Like, I don't know how or what I did, and obviously they like bad gameplay, because they're definitely not there for the gameplay. They have to be there for me.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm not cutting in line. I'm not cutting in line, Hazel, but I have to ask this. What was your very first stream like?
Oh, it was terrible. I was hosted on my first stream.
Oh, wow.
By someone with 1,500 people and then another person with 2,000.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I started out in the Borderlands directory.
Oh, my gosh.
And I love Borderlands, and I love my Borderlands family. It was Killer 6 and Jolts. They hosted me on the same day.
Wow.
And I was like, what just happened? My audio went out. My camera stopped working. It was horrible, but it was great at the same time.
Sorry,
So.
I'm covering my mouth. I'm trying not to laugh into the mic.
That's hilarious.
That's
It's hilarious and sad all at the same time.
Yes, it was so terrible. And they of course they're like, oh, this is your first stream, you know, you might as well get used to it. But I became really good friends with K6 and his wife. And I actually talked to her a lot. She's a sweetheart, and he's so amazing. And they've always continued to be good to me. Even when I left and came back to Destiny, they've always supported me. Always.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, I think we got a few more questions here, and then we'll move on. But go ahead, Hazel.
Okay.
It's your turn, Hazel.
Yeah. So, one of my favorite questions to ask is, do you have a motto or mantra that you use, that you live by, or a couple of them?
Yes. It's called every day that both your feet hit the floor and you get up running. It's a great day, because it means you're there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it means you're actually alive and you're here, and you have another chance to make something great, or either make something right. So that's one of the mottos that I live by, and being super positive, because I feel like positivity is not like it used to be, because the world has just gotten so negative, and I feel like positivity is a must right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I have to ask it, Hazel. Miss RedQueen.
Uh-huh.
Where did the gamer tag come from?
Oh, absolutely. Alice in Wonderland. The actual scary book.
Oh my gosh.
The scary RedQueen.
Oh my
from
gosh.
Alice in Wonderland.
That is so
yeah.
cool.
That's where I got it from.
I was Googling RedQueen last night, and all these books kept popping up. Like, what is this RedQueen?
Yes, RedQueen, the scary books. Like, Disney did a really good job at like making it super kid friendly. Right. But like, if you read the original books, they are not kid friendly.
I think we have that actually in my daughter's bookshelf. I'm gonna have to take that away for a little bit.
It's pretty scary, actually.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for the parent win there. Thank you. I don't want to scar her, you know.
I'm sorry. I think it was the Grimm brothers. I think is who it was.
I love the Grimm books. They're so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any hobbies outside of gaming?
I do. I love outdoors. I love animals. I love scenery. I love going to the mountains. I used to play softball and volleyball all the time. I would play co-ed softball and women's softball until I got hurt. So I can't play that anymore, but I love to watch it. But yeah, I love to be outdoors. I love animals. Love them.
Did you play fast pitch?
I did. I played fast pitch, and then whenever I started playing co-ed, we played slow pitch. And when I played women's after I got out of high school, I played slow pitch with women's. And then my daughter actually went to college to play softball.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah,
nice.
I've had a company team for years and years, and finally my body just gave out. So
after a while, you're like, man, I can't do this anymore.
I went over second base and it was a full ankle sprain, and I blacked out. You know when it hurts so bad, you just black out?
Yeah.
From the
yeah.
pain. And I got back on the base. I was still running with a hobble length. Anyway, sorry, not about me. Okay, I'm gonna go out with a real light question here. We've been kind of heavy here. Let's lighten it up.
Okay.
What's the last song that you listened to today, not including what you added in the playlist?
Okay, last song that I listened to today was "I Have the Tiger." Yeah, I Have the Tiger.
Really?
Yeah.
Good choice.
That was my intro for when I came in for Glad's outfit.
Oh my gosh. I was late. I didn't hear it. Dadgummit. All right. Well, okay. That's a great song. God, great song. Rocky movies were just awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, again, thank you, Mrs. RedQueen. We thank you for coming on and telling a little bit about your story and about your life tonight.
Of course.
And Hazel, I think it's that time. About time for that good old speed run?
Yep, the speed run.
All right, we'll do it right after this.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. This segment is called the speed run. This is where we have a database of over 125 randomly asked questions, and RedQueen here is going to have 60 seconds to answer as many as she can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and we're going to keep track of how many questions were answered by each of our guests in each episode. The questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order, and you'll have to answer quickly, whatever comes to mind. At the end of the year, the guest with the most questions answered will win a cool prize. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from our list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. Sin and Kingsley Mack are our co-leaders currently at 26. So, RedQueen, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Lefty or righty?
Righty.
Destiny 1 or Destiny 2?
Destiny 2.
Is the Drifter evil, yes or no?
Yes.
Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Titan.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Alaska.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
What's one thing we would find in your gaming space?
Pops.
What is your favorite Destiny planet?
Titan.
What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
Reese's.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Human, awoken, or exo?
Awoken.
If you could take one famous person to dinner, who would it be?
Johnny Depp.
Anna Bray or Ada 1?
Anna Bray.
Sunset or sunrise?
Sunset.
Void, solar, or arc?
Void.
Taken King or Forsaken?
Taken King.
Are you ticklish?
Yes.
Favorite cartoon, past or present?
Bugs Bunny.
Eris Morn or Marasov?
Eris.
Fallen, Vex, or Cabal?
Vex.
Is racing a sport?
Yes.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
All right. Good job. That was pretty impressive, Hazel.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive for never even knowing about this game.
She came to play, though.
Yeah, she came to play. A lot of our guests know what this is about, and they're anticipating and they're timing and trying to game the system a little bit. You did very well, I think. Hazel, what do we got?
23.
Yay!
Very respectable. Sin,
very respectable.
You probably had Sin sweating a little bit on that one. So I just want to remind everybody that we do have decided to keep a channel labeled Speedrun Question Ideas in our Discord permanently. So if you have an idea for a great speedrun question, add them there. I did want to announce that we're going to be having a drawing at the end of the year. We'll be giving away a $25 gift card. Just our little way of saying thanks for listening and participating. If you have a speedrun question and you want to put it in our Discord, we'll take your top 5 to put into the drawing, and we will draw at the end of the year. Thanks and good luck. All right. I think it's time to talk about this week at Bungie. All right, this week at Bungie. Hazel, what's up this week?
All right, so it was Bungie Day this week, and our predictions from last week were mostly on point. There was a store refresh, which I did go ahead and I bought a mask and the Grimoire book, part 2. So I will be giving away the emblem that I get as part of that. So be on the lookout for that. So, we'll do a little contest for that. Also, on Bungie Day, they unleashed Moments of Triumph.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Holy shit, though. You know what, though? I had no idea where the hell these Moments of Triumphs were because I was waiting for like a
You
book
too? I was looking for the book. I'm Destiny 1. I was looking for the book. I was looking for the actual click open this to find out the triumphs. And I was like, where are they? I said, okay, maybe I need to finish my thing with Zavala. That first story you have to do with him. I did that. Yeah. I'm like, okay, where are they? Moments of Triumph. And then I realized it's a seal.
Yeah, it's just a seal, and I was just like, what the hell? So I went to the seal, and I looked at it for the first time today, and I already have the emblem, ghost, and the sparrow.
I do, too. And I got the T-shirt.
Holy hell.
I got the T-shirt today, too.
I think I'm like 2 away from the T-shirt, and I'm like, wow, all right, well, that's interesting.
Where you at on that, Queen?
I am. I'm still working on the raids. Believe it or not, I haven't gotten all the raids done yet.
Okay.
And I think I'm like halfway.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll get there. I promise. And then also one of the things that kind of definitely whetted my appetite for getting back into the raids was Bungie unleashed their raid ring, which I absolutely fell in love with. And I guess that actually it's $130, so it's a little pricey. And just
wow, yeah.
What kind of hardware are we talking about here? Is it silver? Is it actual metal?
I think it's silver.
Okay.
So yeah, and the ring looks fantastic.
It does look good.
Yeah. So there's that. Then also they unleashed the new exotic quest.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I finished it today. When my daughter was sleeping, supposed to be sleeping, and I actually like this thing. It basically it's a void trace rifle, and you fire it at something, and it turns them into a little void ball that you can either put as an AOE kind of effect, or you can slam it down, or you can punch people with it.
Reminds me of that Titan Super where you can open up the shield and gain, whatever that tree is with the Titan Sentinel class where you can gain super from. It kind of reminds me of that when they do it, the AoE effect.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Except this one does a whole lot of damage. I did 3 games of Gambit today, or 2 games of Gambit, and I got with that, and it was just murdering everything.
It's a good gun. I like it.
Well, it's our first gun from the darkness.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think what they have in store for us to come is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's a gift. It's a gift from the pyramid ships. He's not into lore.
It'd be good if I read lore, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know. Cover your ears. He doesn't read lore.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm invested in the game and everything, but I can't really tell you.
I don't read a lot of lore either. The only reason I know anything is because of my chat. They make sure I know all the lore. Well, trust me.
You don't need to read it, then you're good.
Yeah, they tell me everything.
Very cool.
That's
everything.
Awesome. That's the thing too I love about your chat is no matter who's in there, they are all like your cheerleaders.
They are, and they help so many people. Like they help people when they come in and ask questions.
Yeah.
Great chat. Also, Bungie also showed the winners of the best dressed wearing blue, and then the art show. Fun fact with the art show, the plush Riven was actually something that my wife was like, "Oh, that's cute," and my daughter saw it, unfortunately, and now I think I have to find one and buy one.
Oh God.
So yeah, and then I'm trying to think if there's anything else here.
I have a question, Hazel.
Yes.
The Grimoire anthology, is that the 3rd book, or is that just the 2nd book?
2nd book.
Okay, I already have that. I've already read it. Okay.
Yeah, it was on sale for I think like under $19.
I think
something.
I think I paid $35 for mine, so yeah, it's a good deal.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, that's fine. Well worth it.
And then Bungie also mentioned that they are partnering with Twitch again, or Twitch Prime for the rewards. So they're going to keep that up for, apparently these have been monthly. I did not know that it was actually month to month that they updated these. Mm-hmm. So, it's a free engram, free loot.
Right.
So, it's never a bad thing.
They're going 90 more days. Isn't that what they said? That puts us to the end of this season, I think.
5 months. I think they extended it for 4 months. 4 months.
4 months. Okay. Even better.
For another 4 months.
Normally I don't like the Moments of Triumph t-shirt, but this year I got to say this t-shirt is on point. I like gold, of course, and the blue looks really good behind it.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So, that Moments of Triumph t-shirt, okay, you said that this is the first one that you've liked. Did you buy the other ones, though?
No. It was white.
I did.
White just doesn't look good on me.
I bought every one since D1.
Really?
Yes, I have them all upstairs, and of course I'm gonna buy them.
Wow.
Queen, what about you?
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna buy this one. I don't know. I'm probably will though. I'm usually on the fence about it, and then right before it goes away, I'm like, I'm getting it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I usually buy it right before I have this second thought of maybe I don't want that.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, giving back, Bungie is doing the Bungie Day Foundation, kind of like a donation that they're doing, and you can get an emblem. You can get the ghost shell for $25, and the ghost shell is awesome. It's a heart. It has another heart inside of it.
It's so cute. So,
yes, it is. And then, just some general stuff. Engram, or the emblems from the G6 charity stream. Those will be going out eventually. And just some other miscellaneous stuff. Good stuff there. One cool thing, though, is that there was a video in there about Lord Shax's wall art. Apparently, this guy, put Lord Shax's up just using, duct tape, it looked like.
Oh, God.
I'm like, this is amazing. So, and that's pretty much it for this week at Bungie. So what have you guys been up to with Destiny this week? I think that it looks like some other ships showed up on some other planets, it seemed. Weirdly enough, on Bungie Day.
Things are getting interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say, shit's getting crazy.
Yeah, I'm it was weird doing that mission for Exodus. How it's preparation and stuff like this, and I'm just like these planets are fucked. Seriously.
Oh,
they're gone. I'm just waiting for it. It just gave me this real sense of foreboding where I'm just like, I'm never going to go to this place again. I need to, spend some time here.
Yeah.
Even Mars, I was just like, okay, I hate this place. Or not Mars, but Mercury. I'm like, I hate this place, but I'm going to spend a little bit of time here just to reminisce.
Yeah, just so you can say, hey, I was here when.
Yeah, exactly. I was here when that pretty pyramid ship was in the background in front of the sun.
Oh, aren't those skyboxes beautiful?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
One that got me was Mars. I didn't. Yes. I was looking to the left and everything else. I was like, where the hell is the pyramid? I don't see it. And then my wife's like, it's right over there, dumbass. So I looked over and I was just like, oh, whoa.
I like the one on Mercury the best. I love that golden hue over the pyramid. Yeah, looks really good.
Yeah. So. The one thing, though, that I noticed was when I flew into Mercury, it was dark. Have either of you seen it when it was dark on Mercury?
No.
And the ships back there?
I haven't seen it.
It was really sunny it was like the sun shining behind the pyramid.
I need to go look.
I did. I was trying to get a screenshot of it, and it went away shortly after. I was like, "No!" It looked more beautiful that way than it did with the sun behind it. So what else have you guys been up to?
I've been raiding.
I know she's been doing the new dungeon.
Yeah, new dungeon, raiding. That's pretty much it right now. Helping people get when the moments dropped and everybody saw the raids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raids got busy.
Our community has just been
a little bit
raid crazy lately. They're like, okay, everybody. I love it because everybody's setting up raid groups now. It's so much fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Because that's the one thing I was missing from our community, I think, and me and Hazel both are agreeing with this. We want to create more raid groups and more raid events every week, and we're trying to do where we actually raid every week at the same time. So and rotate different community members in. So we're looking forward to that. That's awesome. Yep, and we're trying to right now. It's not official yet, but myself, our
pseudo official.
The Guardian Hub, 2 Titans and a Hunter, and of course us, Guardian Downcast. We're trying to start a super group in the 100 IO. Where we can set up big, giant groups for raiding, since everyone's really into raiding now. And Kingsley Mack, I got to give him a shout out. He's been really working with the 100 IO administrators, trying to make this happen. So, but no, for me, I did just get the new exotic. I was really excited about that. It was right before work. And of course, I got it. I was like, okay, done. And I haven't used it yet. I've been so busy working on the house. So what little time I have, I'm usually cranking out a few bounties or something before I go to bed and pass out. So
when you do, you're going to fall in love with it.
It's what everybody's telling me. And I've watched a lot of videos on it, and it looks really cool. I have a question. I have to recant a little bit from last episode. This old man got a little salty when it came to connection-based matchmaking in Iron Banner last week. I have to kind of apologize not apologize, but kind of say that maybe I was going off a little too heavy-handed. So, what is your opinion so far of the new connection-based matchmaking? Since you do play Crucible, what's been your experience?
I actually had a really good time this last time playing Iron Banner.
Okay.
And from what I'm seeing and hearing from a lot of people who play Trials right now, they really enjoyed Trials this weekend.
Really?
So fingers crossed. I'm hoping that it's getting better. And I really do think that they're really trying to make it better and really trying to work on it. So I'm hoping that they're taking a step in the right direction and that it's going to start smoothing out and looking better for us.
Right. And it's okay. It's been a little to the lesser side for me because I do a lot of solo queuing, and it seems like I always get on the team that's getting stomped from spawn to spawn to spawn to spawn. And I guess right before the show last week, I was just had it. I mean, I'm like, how am I supposed to improve when 5 guys are all aiming a gun at me as soon as I spawn in? It was so lopsided. But right. I have to admit, I did play Iron Banner with a lot of our clanmates last week before it ended, and it was a mixed bag. There's a few games we stomped pretty good, and then there was a lot of games that we got stomped. So I guess as long as it evens out to that 50-50 win-loss rate, I'm happy. But it just seems like it's been more like 30-70 loss to win rate lately. I don't know. The skill-based matchmaking I kind of like because it balanced the teams, not always the best, but it balanced the teams where at least the games were close. And I like close games in Crucible. I like it when not too much sweat, but maybe, okay, it's Iron Banner, and it's 100 to 105. Who's going to pull it out, that kind of thing.
Right.
So that's all I'm going to say on connection based. Do you have anything to add, Hazel?
Well, it's funny you say that because before this, I was just looking at IGN, actually, and I saw that Destin Legary posted an article that basically he said, that they need to fix Crucible. So I guess that he got sick of getting match made against stacks.
Yep.
So he was like, he wrote a whole article basically about it, and I just started cracking up, and I'm like, welcome to being potato. I guess, so it's like, this is what connection-based matchmaking brings. And what I noticed with connection-based was that it was a little weird because it seems like while it was connection-based, that I don't really know how they were doing the connection basing.
Right.
Because we were playing against some people that were nowhere near us, it seemed. So... yeah, we were like, okay, this is kind of weird, but it's going to work anyway. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, just a couple notes that I had real quick about this week is when I was doing the Exodus stuff, I was like, Brother Vance is a weirdo. That was just one of the things that I noticed when I was going through reading what he was saying. How he's like, it's great that the ships are here, and just some random.
He's a lost cause.
Odd, curious stuff that he was saying. I'm just like, oh, okay, all right. I'm gonna be watching you when I'm around here.
Yeah, and Zavala said the same thing. He goes, I can't deal with him right now, and not so many words. He's like, keep an eye on that guy, but I can't deal with that right now.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, if Cade were here, Cade would just be like, yeah, just shoot him and put him down, and we'll just get somebody new up there. But one thing I did want to mention is H said that he said, I will say ships in multiple locations and now flying around in the play space. Did Bungie did Bungie finally pull off their evolving world?
I noticed it right away at Reset. I was on IO.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on in the air right now? They're everywhere. And you kind of get that feeling like, something's going to be happening here soon.
Yeah, something's going to be going down soon.
What do you think of the story arc so far, RedQueen?
I would like to see more. I feel like we've been left in the dark on quite a few things.
We're not laughing at you. We hear this so much. We hear this so much.
I want to know the endings to some of it.
I know.
I'm ready to hear it. We've been left with so many questions. Yeah. I'm like, just tell me how it ends. Tell me how it ends.
You know what it seems like, RedQueen? It seems like there's 10 different chapters open at one time, and we're not closing any of them. It's like we have all these open stories and the Sovs. What's going on with them right now,
Yeah, I think that that's all going to tie in. I just don't know how. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Here's hoping,
Yeah.
I hope so too, because I really need to know some things.
Now I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor this week. I don't know if it's true. I can't back it up, but I heard it from a pretty reliable source, which means I heard it from another podcast. I heard that Mark Hamill is doing the voiceover for Nokris.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. Yeah.
You know when you hear the Nokris voice when you go in the every week on the story weekly, they're saying that's Mark Hamill doing that.
Really?
I can't.
I heard that too.
I can't pick his voice up out of there, but he could say. I'm sure he could throw a voice any way he wanted to.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he was the Joker on. We didn't watch it, Gator, but
I heard that
in the animated series, and
right?
To me, that was like the epitome of Joker right there.
You lost me at animated.
You start with me. Not in front of the guest.
I'm sorry.
Don't make me get RNG Gator on you.
No, please don't.
But for real though, it was an awesome show, Gator. You need to just sit down and watch some of it. But yeah, I mean, he is. He also, remember how last week I mentioned Child's Play? He did the voice of Chucky in that.
Did he really?
Oh wow.
He just seems like he's all in on a lot of sci-fi stuff. It seems.
Yeah.
He can just do so much with his voice that it just is awesome.
He's Mark Hamill. He can do whatever he wants. I don't know. I was very surprised this week at Reset. The moments of triumph were definitely very exciting because I look forward to that. And more than moments of triumph is a Solstice of Heroes armor sets. I got them. I was crazy. I got them on all 3 characters last year, even though the gear was pretty much useless, like everyone told me it was. I still got it anyway, but I finally have started to dismantle some of it because I just realized I'm never going to use it. I'm hoping they're better this year. That it's actually.
I know. I'm hoping this year it's gear that we can actually use throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean now that we can use ornaments, so maybe we can even. Maybe. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if they turned them into ornaments and actually we just used them as ornaments over our gear. That we have. That would be. I would be so crazy to do it all if that's the case. And I guess it's coming in a few weeks. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to be busy. Thank God I'm getting the kitchen done now because in another 3 weeks or so, I'm going to be heavy duty Destiny playing. That's
busy.
Yeah. So,
hey, just a question for you guys. I just looking up my own stats here, and because you mentioned Gator that this is only week 5 of this season, and I'm like, holy shit, it is.
It's a long season, isn't it?
It seems like this season has gone on for like months already.
Yeah, the season seems like it's been going on for a while.
Well, we're leading up to the big, the big expansion. I really think this is going to feel like Forsaken. I really think it's going to be blown up again. I hope they keep going with the Triumph score and all that because I really love collecting that stuff. I know Lana Bobana is kicking my butt right now. I'll say that on air. But that girl, she gets it. She just knows where to find all those Triumphs and digs them up. I have a hard time doing some of those, but I'm looking forward to doing that again. And I have to just give a shout out. We did a Leviathan raid with one of our newest members, Aviator Weldon. Just want to say thanks for gaming last night, Aviator. And I believe it was Jealous Gaming. It was help me out here, Hazel. Of course, it was you and me. It was Flip Mode Fro. Damn it! Did I say that right? Flip Mode Fro. Flip Mode. Damn, I always get that.
You got
right.
it. That's
Flip
right.
Mode Fro. All right, I got it. All right. I used to call him Flip Mode Fro. He's a
my favorite name for him.
He's one of the old school Flip Modes. Flip Mode Squad.
And who's?
Yeah, you're gonna ask me who that is, aren't you?
Who's the last one?
It'd be Busta Rhymes. He was a Busta Rhymes.
I'm aware who Flip Mode Squad is. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But no, who's the last person? Flip Mode.
It was
Rhymes wasn't raiding with us.
It was. Hold on. It was me, you. Warcry was supposed to come in, but who was helping us out? Yeah, it was Jughead, my buddy from
Craig.
Yeah, Craig. Yeah. This is my buddy from the old AGA days. In fact, I just wanted to mention that he will be on our show soon. We're gonna swap stories about the old Adult Gaming Alliance and all that back in the day, playing Call of Duty. So I'm looking forward to hearing his story as well. Yeah, I mean, I just had to give a shout out to everybody that was in the raid last night. I was a little spacey. I guess this needs to be the rumor going around. I was a little spacey gator last night, so I was just tired and I was being a little obnoxious probably. And Hazel was trying to keep everybody under control. And I got to admit, Hazel, I know you did a lot of Sherpaing in Destiny 1, and I can see why, because you're a really good Sherpa. You're really good at keeping everybody together, keeping everybody on task. And I just had to publicly say thank you because I was impressed. You handled the whole group very well last night. So thank you for that.
It was my pleasure. I love it. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
So
that's all I had this week. Anything else?
I believe that's pretty much everything regarding Destiny, unless Queen had anything.
That's it.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, wait. Shit. I forgot my damn question. What rank are you guys on the season pass bar?
Oh, boy.
I think I at 64, 65.
Oh, that's really good.
I should have been higher.
Next segment.
Next segment.
Yeah,
I think I broke 60, I think. Or I'm at 59 or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Gator's at 120, I bet.
120. I'm at 120.
122.
122. Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Let's do it. All right.
That's funny.
No, I think it's time that we have some. I think we have some Twitter and Discord questions. I think, don't we, Hazel?
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay, we will do that right after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week. It is our time for our Twitter and Discord questions. This is where our community sends in questions for us or our guests to answer, and we try to answer some of them with a straight face. Hazel, why don't you dip into the bucket first? See what we got.
Right. I'm going to go with a question from Chubby Wizard. My 16-year-old son just got his driver's license and thinks we should buy him a used Camaro. After I finished laughing hysterically, I started thinking about dream cars. So, question for the show. What is your dream car? Mine would be a 69 Chevelle Super Sport, black and white racing stripes. I, of course, would like it to be a daily driver, so it would have all the modern conveniences. Thanks. Love the show.
RedQueen? We always refer to our guests first.
That's a good question.
If you need time, we can buy you time.
Let's say, honestly, I've always been a fan of Chargers, the old Chargers.
Oh, like 69 Charger?
Like 69. Oh. Yeah, like the old muscle looking, so beautiful. Oh, and it would have to be purple.
That was a great color back then, though.
Yeah, purple was gorgeous.
Back in the 60s and 70s, they made some great purple cars. Yeah,
nice.
They're really nice. Hazel, what's your dream car, man?
1970 Hemi Cuda. Black.
Hemi Cuda. That's a good car, too. I'm just not a Hemi guy. Sorry, guys. I'm a Corvette dude. Mine would be a 67. No. I'm going to go with the 58 convertible 427. All red, white top. Oh, yeah. That would look so good. It had the exhaust coming out of the fenders. It was so awesome. The whole car shook when you started it. Big block Chevy. Crazy great car. My favorite year for Corvette. Yeah, so, and of course, it would have to be a resto mod. It would have to be fully rack and pinion steering, all the new engine, new fuel injection, everything. It would have to be all, modernized where it didn't drive like a truck. Because I'll give you some insight. I have a 78 Vet, and it's a resto mod, and it's still, I didn't replace the steering in it, and it drives like a truck. It's got the old multi-link, steering, and it's just, it literally is like, how they in the movies they have it where you're moving the steering wheel back and forth like exaggeratedly, acting like they're driving. It's the same thing when you drive this car. It's so bad. All right, let's see. Let's find another one here from Uncle Scumdeath. This is our brother Britt from across the pond, and he always has some very interesting questions for us. What is the ugliest game console ever released? And what is the most beautiful? Love the show.
I would say, honestly, the GameCube. I thought it was pretty ugly.
That was my answer, so I'll just spoil it there. And it had the controller was so wonky.
Terrible.
What was up with that controller? I never owned one, but I had friends who had them. I was like, what is this game thing, man?
Yeah, it's bad.
Hazel?
That's funny. I was going to say the ugliest one for me is the Xbox One X. It's just not sexy. It's just
not pretty. Yeah.
It's just black and it's just box.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine right now. It's just like a looks like a blacked out VCR.
Yeah.
It's pretty pedestrian, I got to admit. Yeah. Wow. All right, Hazel.
Right. Well, what's the other part of that question? What's the
I'm sorry, what's the prettiest?
What's the prettiest one?
Let's see. Honestly, darn.
I like the PS4.
I like the PS4 too.
I like how it looks like a very square console, but it has all these little intricate little trays, cooling vents in them and stuff. It looks very futuristic. I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I have to agree with that.
Hazel?
Coincidentally enough, I think I probably have to go with the Xbox One S, just because I like the white and black look on it.
The One S. Okay. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So, another question. We'll hit Uncle Scumdeath up here. If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would buy?
Oh.
Now we're talking like big time lottery, right?
Yeah. Like big time lottery?
Like Powerball. Yes. Yeah.
I would buy my parents a house.
Guys, me and you think on the same wavelength. My dad's a builder and he has a very nice house and he lives on a lake and stuff here in Florida, but it's an old 50s style home. He just made it really look nice from the inside. But 50s style homes in Florida are so boring. The cell block homes and they're just very one-dimensional houses. I mean, my dad and my mom supported me so well over the years. I mean, they sacrificed for myself, my brother, and my sister, and we were always first with them. And I would love to return the favor because, as you get older, my dad still works. He's 75 now, and he should be sitting and doing less and enjoying his life instead of working. But he's the kind of person who has to just be busy all the time. He's a builder.
Right.
He's a builder, So that's what I would do too. I'd buy my parents a new home.
Nice. Well, his son keeps hitting him up to do manual labor for him. So, all right.
No, you didn't answer the question.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Wow, that's a dodge.
I had to take my jab at Gator first.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Pretty much, I would take care of like my car loan, buy us a house, and I mean, yeah. So I mean, that would be the main thing there is just taking care of what little debt we have, just getting that taken care of, so that way we can go ahead and move forward with getting a new house for us, parents, getting everybody taken care of, and doing all that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's not the sexy answer, but
no,
it's the responsible.
It's the responsible one, yeah.
Oh, we have a couple left here. Why don't you take one, Hazel, and I'll take the other.
Works for it.
Oh, you want to close out? Okay.
Well, I asked the last one, didn't I?
I forget things. I don't know. Okay, this one's from Truth Lives. How you doing, Truth? Do you think that having some new perks that have both negative and positive benefits are a good thing for the game? Do you think it will open up the opportunity to include more options and other activities like in raids and such? Ooh, that's a deep question. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Red Queen?
I think, honestly, I think there's negative and positive to everything because me and my chat actually had this conversation the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes what other people consider negative might be a positive thing to them. Like we were talking about, like as far as like the maps for like PvP. I know people has always said, "Hey, I wish we could just do map choices because we don't want to do this map." And one of the things that I asked them was, "Hey, what if you don't like the map, but someone else likes the map?" You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it wouldn't be fair if like someone kept choosing this map over and over again and you never got to play your favorite map.
Right.
And I think that it's going to be great for the game. I really do. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing because I think it's going to open up the doors for all kinds of things to be able to come in. But also, it's going to give people a variety and a little less complaining, I guess, of the things that they wanted. I think they're trying to include a lot more stuff for everyone, not just a certain group.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Think about Bungie. They have to appeal to so many kinds of players. And I don't envy their job at all. I mean, they've been trying to appease their community for so long. And I don't know how they do it. I really don't. I mean, I think personally they should cater to the hobby player because that's the fan base for this game. The people who sign on, do their bounties, do their work on this or that a little bit every night after work or something.
Right.
I mean, I'm biased because that's me. That's what I do.
I don't think the hobby player is the base, unfortunately.
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Yep, exactly. I think it's the casual player. I think the casual player is the person that's the base. And I mean, the things that Bungie's doing is I think they're trying to hook the casual player to become the hobby player. They're doing that with the story. Like right now, this story that they've got going on right now, I think that this is going to be the thing that keeps people like, oh, okay, yeah, let me do this. You know, let's do this and that kind of thing. I do think the one thing that really screwed Bungie this season is, unfortunately, the farm.
Yeah.
AFK farm. I think that completely screwed them because if that wasn't going on or if that didn't happen, then everybody would still be as invested right now as they were before instead of coming back right now. Because I even took last week off up until the reset.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Was that your little dog?
Yes.
I'm assuming it's a she. Is it she?
Yes, it's a she.
I saw it on Twitter. It's an adorable dog.
Yeah, she's so stinking cute. I love her.
I know. I got two, and they own me. They anything they want, they get. It's pretty cool. Here's the thing, though. Here's the question I pose both of you. If their main player base are the casuals, who's going to be the first player to leave the game and play something else?
Well, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it to where you have both the game for the casual player, but you also have it for the challenge player as well.
Exactly.
And I think that's the reason why they threw in Grandmasters and the harder modes and stuff like that, is because they're giving the casual player a way to still level up and not have to do those things that they don't have time for, or they just aren't quite ready for.
Yeah.
But eventually they will. And then for your hardcore player, which is, your sweaty player, these Grandmasters and stuff like that are working really well for them, but also raids and challenges and stuff like that as well.
Yeah,
I definitely think so.
I get that.
In answer to Truth's question, I think it's a good thing. I just think they have to temper it because the Division 2 did the same thing with their mods and things like that, and it was an absolute cluster just because they had to keep tweaking mods and then they had to keep doing other things to kind of balance everything out. And I mean, that's actually the reason why I ended up leaving the Division 2, because I had a build that I absolutely loved, and then I was like getting ready to go into a raid. It was Grugrux, Easy, and Dell. And the three of us, or the four of us, we were going to meet up with another group of guys and everything else and do a raid. And then right before the raid launched, they went ahead and changed all the mods. So my build was basically just useless.
Yeah.
I have a question I'm sneaking in here that I didn't get to ask in the interview. I figure it's a good place to ask it since we have a little extra time. One thing that I noticed is you have a really vibrant Discord. Of course, your streaming community is fantastic. What is it like day and day to run a gaming community? I mean, you mentioned
a headache.
I know you mentioned this briefly in your interview, but I don't think people realize how much work goes into what you do.
It's a lot of work. You have to make sure that not only is your community thriving, but you have to also make sure that there's no toxicity going on in there. Right. So you have to constantly troll around in the Discord. You have to constantly pay attention to who you choose as your Sherpas and stuff like that. You know, make sure your mods, like my mods are amazing. Like I'm so blessed to have them. They are so good at what they do. And they not only do my stream, but they also do my Discord as well. So I really am very thankful for them. But it can get pretty rough sometimes. Because you got so many different personalities coming in to one Discord. And you know, just like in the real world, some people are going to be friends and some people aren't going to be friends. So you just have to learn to make people understand that, hey, you might not want to play together, but you will play nice together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
makes perfect sense. Are a lot of your mods people who started when you first started?
So I have 3 that's been with me for the longest.
Okay.
And then everybody else has been with me for a year or longer, just about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious about that. All right. Yeah. I'm going to finish it out on a light note. And it's a little raunchy of a question, but it's from our buddy Uncle Scumdeath.
Okay.
So my dog has just rolled in bird shit and then he ran over to a lad and the lad stroked my dog. So I had to apologize to him as he had shit on his hands. When was the last time you had to apologize? Jeez.
When was the last time I had to apologize?
Yeah, he's asking all of us. When was the last time we had to all apologize?
I have to apologize every day. Because I forget sometimes when people tell me things. I miss some people sometimes when they use free passes or raffles.
Right.
Or my mods, like I've gotten grouchy with my mods or something like that because I'm trying to explain something and I'm not doing a good job at explaining. So I apologize every day.
Sure. I mean, I can't imagine the energy it takes to keep that all going. So
my mods are really good though. They forgive me really fast. They're like, "It's cool. We know you."
I think I've had to apologize to our mods a couple of times. Not very often, but there's days when I'm just having a bad day, I guess. And
I think it's like that everywhere, to be honest. And they sometimes have bad days too, you know, like they're just like, "Hey Queen, I'm just not feeling it today." But I think that's what makes us better people is that we recognize, hey, you know, I need to say I'm sorry because this is something that, you know, I shouldn't have done. So
your head has to hit that pillow every night and feel
exactly.
Good about it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's more of old man ramblings when I have to apologize. It's like, oh geez, Gator's going off again. Here we go.
Just say I'm sorry and get over with it.
And I think I apologize to Hazel daily, so I guess that's my answer. Hazel, what's your answer there, buddy?
Well, the last time I had to apologize was actually right before this podcast. My wife was putting my daughter down for the night, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm locked out. Can you let me in?" So she came down. She wasn't in the best of moods to have to stop my daughter's routine and everything else to let me in, and I'm just like, "Thank you. I'm sorry." So she just kind of looked at me and was like, all right, you're fine. Just go away. So So, yeah.
Well, hey, thanks everybody for putting your questions in. If we did not get to there is one question left in there. If we did not get to it, we will get to it sooner or later, Jealous. I won't say who's going to be working on that question, but hopefully soon they'll.
The same person who's been working on it since the question was asked, actually.
Okay. He's trying to learn the Poke Rap, RedQueen.
God.
His daughter is really into Pokemon, and I think by just being around Pokemon, I think Hazel's become a Pokemon fan. And Pokemon.
So is my wife.
Yeah. Really? You guys are all in it?
Yeah. My wife is invested too, and it's pretty fun. She's like missed a couple episodes, and she's just like, "Can we watch an episode? Can we watch that episode I missed?" And I'm just like,
There's a lot of episodes I heard. So
yeah.
So. Well, hey, great questions, everybody. Let's move on to our last segment of the show. This is where we wrap up, and this is where we add 2 songs each for our Guardian Downcast playlist on Spotify and now iTunes. For all you Apple guys and gals out there, I always put a link in our show notes, and it's also a channel in our Discord that has the link to these playlists if you want to follow and see what we add every week. I think we're at over 325 songs now. So I've been listening to them, not always in the shower, Hazel. I listen to them in other places as well. Anyway.
You say it, man.
I'm just being honest.
Pick the low-hanging fruit.
I'm just being honest. I'm just saying what's on my mind. I've listened to a song in the shower. I remember who added it, so...
And then you think about the person.
And you had to twist it. You had to twist it on me.
You said it.
Okay.
I just work here.
Oh, God. Here we go. All right. Well.
So, anyway.
Yes, anyway. Miss RedQueen, what's your first song pick for tonight?
Jelly Roll, Creature.
Now, is there a particular reason why you picked that song? Is anything you?
I think I went through some things these past couple of years, and I think it's just very personal to me. I just like it. Some of the words hit home.
Okay. And your second song?
Brantley Gilbert, kicking the sticks, and that's just because it just reminds me of home.
Oh, very good. Very good. Mr. Hazelnut.
All right. So my 2 songs are Trouble by Cage the Elephant.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good group.
And this is one that a guy at work introduced me to because he's from Louisville and this guy's from Louisville. And it's What's Poppin' by Jack Harlow.
Oh, nice.
It is like the stupidest, catchiest song. And yeah, I was like driving around today and I'm like, I really want to listen to this. And I realized that my daughter was in the car. I was like, yeah, I can't listen to this. Not at all.
Okay. Well, for
Mr. Gator.
For my first pick, buckle up, everybody. For my first pick, I'm not normally an avid country music listener, but this song was just too good to pass up. This female country music artist and songwriter has 6 Grammys and 3 Academy of Country Music Awards under her belt, has self-released 4 music albums. She was born in Golden, Texas, and has written songs since she was 8 years old. This song is off of one of her newest 4th albums, and she says it was thought up while having a spiritual journey during the summer on an acid trip, of all things. She also said these 2 simple words, the title of the song it refers to, refer to several areas of her life, whether it's a good joint, a glass of wine, her preferred mode of romance, and her career. From the album Golden Hour, it's the song Slow Burn by Casey Musgraves. Really good song. Really good song. Get that one rattled in your head all day. It will. For my second pick, this Northern Irish Scottish rock band, say that 3 times fast, was formed in Dundee, Scotland in 1994. This band was called Polar Bear originally and had released 8 albums throughout the last 3 decades. And the song I chose tonight is off their 2018 album Wildness. It's Snow Patrol with their song Life on Earth. It's a song about, there's a quote by the artist. I'll let you derive what you think from it. He says, "My favorite song is Life on Earth. It took me 5 years to write from start to finish, so it symbolizes the grit and graft of this record as much as the craft and ambition. I think it's the best song I've ever written. Perhaps that's the others to decide, not me, but it's certainly the song I like best. Life on Earth showed me a way for the whole album. It reminded me I could still write a song when perhaps I thought I may never write another one." He says it's a song about his struggles with alcoholism and depression. So
awesome.
That was a really good song.
Yeah.
I listened to a a playlist my wife chose. We're both kind of into alt rock, and it's very much an alt rock song. But Snow Patrol has been out for a long time, and this latest song they have out is just both these songs just really get to you. So, well, Hazel, sir, I think we've done it. I think we've got another one in the can here.
I believe we did.
Well, just a bit of housekeeping before we go. A reminder where we do have a Destiny 2 clan, and Hazel and I invite you all to be a part of it. I just love getting together with friends like last night where we're doing the Leviathan raid, or complaining about Iron Banner like I usually do. So if you're looking for a clan out there, we have a permanent link in our Discord under the channel GDC Destiny 2 Clan, and I'll of course put a link in our show notes where you listen to any podcast. Look for Guardian Downcast or DOWN as our call sign, so thanks. And also, I would like to ask everyone, if you're listening to what we are talking about tonight, and you like what you hear, and especially if you have a friend that is a Destiny fan, please hit that share button. I always forget to do this when I'm listening to a podcast. And if you like what you're listening to, hit that share button. Let someone else know about it. Appreciate that. RedQueen, thank you very much for being on tonight. I know you're such a busy person. I've been kind of not stalking you, but I've been kind of keeping track on what you've been doing this last week or two. I think you were just on a podcast a few days ago before this one. Uh-huh. Gosh, thank you very much for spending the time to be with us.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for having me. I absolutely appreciate it.
Well, as we do with all our guests at the end of the show, would you like to tell everybody where they can find you out there in the world?
Yeah, you guys can find me. It's just RedQueen. It's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch.
I saw some of those TikToks. Those are pretty cool. I love those little TikToks. They're really nice.
I love them too.
I don't do that stuff, but it's really cool to watch. Thank you very much again. Very much. Hazel, where can everybody find you, buddy?
So, again, everybody needs to go watch RedQueen. It's like the most uplifting, positive Twitch stream that you'll ever see. It's awesome.
Yep.
As for myself, Hazel NT, anywhere and everywhere.
You can contact me via the Twitter at Todd the Gator. Remember, that's Gator Gatr. You can also find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4 as Gator, all caps GATR underscores in between, and Gator Space GDC on Xbox. You can find us, our podcast, on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcast out there. You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, and we're on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast for show questions or whatever you want to talk to us about. Or better yet, just go to guardiandowncast.com for all the details. We have a bunch of great gamers in our Discord. Just search for Guardian Downcast, and I'll post an invite link in our show notes as well. Hey, everybody. A lot's going on right now in the world. It's very, very crazy out there, but continue to be safe. Wear that mask in public. Let's stop and slow the spread of this stupid virus, and take care of one another, and be excellent to each other.
Nothing complicated here. Defend your allies and defeat your opponents.
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Bottles.
Yay!
Awesome. I was so nervous today. I don't know why. I was just so giddy. I was so giddy about tonight. It was so much fun hanging. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm very thankful. Anytime that I get to come on and hang out with people, I'm always down for it. So thank you for having me tonight. I really do appreciate it.
And one thing I did notice is that you really help out smaller streamers and smaller maybe upstarts in your community. You've been really good at promoting them. That's very rare.
I try. We actually have a help Discord where we do a lot of help for like smaller streamers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it has almost 300 people in it right now.
Wow.
So yeah, they're all streamers. So we do a lot. I do that with Chevy, James, and Robotic Addy. So
yeah,
we do that all together.
She was just on the Destiny Show podcast.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
She was great.
Absolute
I love that
sweetheart.
accent. I love that accent she has.
She's very knowledgeable of the game too.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And James Work, he is a machine. I've been following him a long time too. And,
he knows so much about the game. Him and Clyde.
My gosh, he just got a system. Works really good.
Yeah, they really do.
So.
Yeah.